Hey, Kaboosh! More of a sentimental feeling. I know you've been trying some stuff on. I've noticed that we've been trying some stuff on, so I'm glad to see us land back on Kaboosh. It's got a strong feeling to it. I've got a strong sense of who a Kaboosh is. It did feel pretty natural. Yeah, I have been working on, speaking of you and things that you have reminded me of, I was working on trying to get song requests up before this. My audio is way more complicated than I want, so I have to do a little more work to get it there. But we should have song requests up, relatively soon. We're working on it. We'll get there. That's on the list. I had a fun time this week. I was filming with a friend on Monday, and he was filming a video focused on old electronics, and I work on old electronics from time to time, so I stepped in to help. And it was, you can think of it, it's like a VCR kind of thing that he's working on, and it has these super tiny little plastic washers that hold gears onto them. It makes you think of only one thing: Kaboosh! Kaboosh. All right. I deserve that. I deserve that. I should have known. I deserve it. Yeah, we'll be doing some more get to work today. I also I'm trying to schedule some time with Cassie to play Peak, because I think Peak would be really funny. And I since I have already ruined my relationship, it is wholly possible that if we destroy each other in Peak, there's no downside. Can't be any worse. It simply cannot be any worse. Yeah, split washer. Let's look at like a tape player example. Yeah, these things. Here, let me bring up my screen. Quiet you. Yeah, so these teeny little washers, I was helping a friend. Yeah, it's this small. It's this thing. I was helping a friend. You probably can't even see that. Open image. Open image. This teeny thing. We lost one of those. Peak is a Peak game. Play Steam Play with y'all and possibly sabotage you. Oh, good. Yeah, I do want to do some community events. I don't know what we'll do for that yet. The big thing I'm working on right now is getting the song request stuff back up and integrating Moobot so that we can have more features. Because I want to do that so that you can throw stuff at me and you can request songs that you want, and then we can have like all of that not go into the VOD so that I don't get into trouble with the corporate universe. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I was helping my friend take apart a little electromechanical thing and do some replacement of capacitors and stuff, and these washers were everywhere, and we lost one and spent a good 30 to 45 minutes searching for it and not finding it until we decided that our best option was to make a new one by cutting it out of a Pepsi bottle. And that mostly worked, but then 3 days later he found it. So it all worked out, everybody! Cassie's gonna abuse the throwing mechanic. Why do you think she's gonna throw? Ha ha! It's throwing for content. Get it? Do you get it? For content. We're throwing for content. Anyway, Peak is definitely on the list. I want to play that. I do have the new Switch, and I want to stream us going through Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour, because it is insane that they have decided to charge money for this quiz this museum quiz, and it is just dumb. She's gonna throw a fridge at me? That seems fair. She's actually been playing a lot of blueprints. She's been doing dare mode and day one runs and just grinding it over and over again. It's like the new Minecraft to her. I'll come home and she'll be sitting there just going run after run after run of frickin' blueprints, failing and smashing her face against the wall to go again. She was barely yelling at me from the other room. In fact, she's doing this right now. Anyway, we do have to get to work. Let me turn off our music here. Actually, no, I like this music. I remember that now. I like this music for Get to Work, except not this song. Do we have a better Sonic 30th anniversary? How's this? Is this any better? That seems okay. Let's try this. See how that goes. All right. We were doinklering. You and Cassie are actually together? I thought it was playful banter. Wait, hold on. You can maintain a relationship? What is wrong with people? That's a fair question. I understand. You and Cassie are actually together. I thought it was playful banter. I mean, it kind of is. It's playful banter that she hasn't loved me yet. That's good. How did I not know this? I don't know, my guy. It's been pretty obvious. We've been literally saying it. That's funny. The trick is to hide in plain sight, everybody. Yeah, I understand. I'm sure. I understand. It's very hard to recognize that that's what's actually going on. We have great on-screen chemistry, but the fact me being able to maintain any relationship, let alone a reasonably heterosexual one, is plenty questionable. So I understand. I get why you didn't get that. Is this going good? Nope. Do we have to like... Oh, okay. We have to yellow a lot harder than I thought we would. And then we have to plant our face up against that. I don't even... Oh, big jump training. That's what this is. Okay. Was that a big jump? I guess so. I've been watching your streams for over half a year now. Apparently. Congratulations on the 6-month anniversary. I think we've been doing great together, Kaboosh, you and I. I think we've been really killing it. I look forward to many wonderful years together. I guess, hold on, is this like a more stable relationship than I have with Cassie? Oh no, I'm in trouble. Hold on. Ah! Hold on, I need to get into trouble real quick. Kaboosh.
Ha ha, Kaboosh. Ha ha.
Cassie now laughing at you. Step aside, Cassie. I'm replacing you. Fair. She says you can have me. That was pretty easy. Congratulations. You get one cartoon nerd on the internet. Congrats. What is this? Ooh, voicemail.
Hey buddy, pal, Cassius here. Want to give you a big congratulations. You got the Doinkler portfolio. Woohoo!
Is this what I'm doing?
Okay. So, now that you're
I
on
think
the
that's
job,
what I'm supposed to
I
do.
just want to let you know that some have said that the portfolio was conceived in a bit of a morally gray manner.
That can't be true.
Myself and Mayhew putting in a ton of our own money and all of our insider trading knowledge into this, so First, no
Ah!
pressure. We're all friends here.
I think this is the right idea.
If Mr. Justice stops by the office, those lips of yours are zipped. We know where you live, so we have to. I mean, how would we send you your paychecks? But we wouldn't want another Francis incident to happen, you know? It's amazing how they managed to fit all those body parts into a single Ziploc bag, whoever they is. Oh, and lastly, because of a couple of wrong turns, it's left the portfolio a teeny bit in the red, so we're starting to feel a little desperate. You never really know what someone might do when they're desperate, though. Rawr.
Oh, good. Threats. I love threats.
Anyway, just excited to make a new friend. Good luck.
I'm Lab's wife now. I'm a guy, and I was not prepared for this. Ah, no. There's nothing wrong with man-wife. I love a good man-wife. Why, I myself have man-wifed many a time. And I tell you what, the dress fits great. Nice. I mean, this is definitely like the right idea. It's just, oh, that was dumb. It's just, I don't know if I have to like land on any of these at any point. Also, we're about to get real dizzy. I can tell that immediately. We're doing some sick half pipes though. Oh, that was wrong. Good old half pipe. Cassie is gonna read the stream chats from tonight and burn your house down. With a combustible lemon, no less. I invented a combustible lemon to burn your house down. Is that not what we wanted? This whole stream turned poly real quick. This is why poly relationships are so complicated. Got too many people to manage, too many parts to move. Like, I don't even know, like, how, like, the Tetrising of the limbs alone. Huge problem. Okay. I'm scared for my future. Probably should be. That's fair. I understand that idea. All right, that was bonk. Bonk bad. Clearly,
you have no skills and you're a loser.
All right, so clearly we can get here. And it feels like, do we go into that half pipe from here? Is it one of these? No, that is incorrect. Oh no! No! Ah, damn it. I do have no skills and I'm a loser. This is some good Sonic music. I'm pro this music. Whoa, bud. So, is it just we keep going around this weird little ramp thing until we're way too tall? Do we have to, like, are we supposed to be maxing out our height just on here without using the higher ramps? I don't know. There's something I do not understand. But as a community of science, we will learn. Have you finished all of the Deltarune chapters yet, Kaboosh? I very much haven't. I'm curious if you've gotten there yet. Yes? Nice. Was it worth it, or are you on a cliffhanger and now angry that everything isn't out? I must know. Because I'm trying to... I'm behind enough now that I'm trying to decide if I just, like, sleep on it again, or maybe replay Undertale, or finish up Eichenfell, because Eichenfell was pretty good. That was a good-looking time. Half-pipe hysteria. Angry, but worth it. All right. Yeah, that's how I liked that about chapter 1 and... Did I... No, because I started chapter 2 and then I never went through the Snowgrave route, which was on my list. I do want to do that. Okay. Oh, interesting. So I got up here. But what I don't understand, right, is like, is this... I assume this just gives me like an entry point for this. Yeah, okay. And then we kind of ease ourselves back and forth, I think. Oh, I had it and I missed it. Oh, there's exits on both sides. That's cool. There we go. All right. Nice. Could have ended at chapter 4, but I'm glad it doesn't. Well, it's good that it has a stopping point. It would feel unfortunate to have like a paid retail release and not have some kind of satisfaction at the end.
The grind set.
The grind set! I love the grind set!
Congratulations to Richard Bankman for becoming our newest Tier 5 Platinum member here at the grind set. You get all the perks of the lower tiers, plus you get a piece of personal grind set advice for any question that you dare ask. And you've asked the following. How do I get the inside track of my investment portfolio? Richard, you answered the question for me in the question. If you want to get the inside track, get inside and start tracking, okay? Steal your boss's garbage.
That's a good point.
Break into the boardroom. Plant tracking devices, plant cameras, plant bugs. Listen in on his conversations. Street smarts require you to keep your ear to the streets. We all know this.
Dang.
But stock smarts require you to keep your ear to the sweets. There's a reason they call it insider trading, buddy. And
It's very
not
smart.
because it's happening outside.
Should have known that.
Go do this for every major company you've invested in. You're not just planting bugs.
Dang.
You're planting the seeds to success. And if all that doesn't work,
I think
use whatever you found to blackmail your boss.
I'm going too
Go to the
fast.
Thank you later, buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm a little too try hard here. It's more important that I stay on the curve than I go fast. Yeah, Shazbot. Preparation for the next 3 chapters. I know, right? I agree. There's like, this is some initial D shit here. Tokyo Drift. That's what we got. All right, that was not as cool as I would have liked it to be, but we're getting there. All right, close, close. Nobody saw that. I wonder, there's a speedrun competition for this that was going on at release. I wonder what it looks like right now. Probably beyond anything I can do right now, but that's okay. I do kind of want to go back to the base game and at least get the speedrunning achievements. They didn't look too bad. All right, I'm cutting too far in there. That last one's a little more aggressive than I thought. So what have you been up to, Kaboosh? Got your Deltarune under your belt? What else have you been playing? I know you had been doing some Blunder stuff. Has that progressed at all? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Don't be... Damn it. All right. We are messing up early on the curve. We kind of need to cut real hard at the start of these and then ride up the top at the end. Nope. Good idea. Cut too hard. That was close. Closest we've been. Whoa, what was that? No! Blender sucks ass. I've been trying for the past 3 months to figure out how to use a crowbar. Yeah, because were you trying to do import and export to Gary's mod? Is that what you were doing? I don't remember exactly what the plan was. I've continued to be doing a lot of Unreal Engine, but unfortunately, it's nothing I can show on stream. I did look into how difficult, like, the workflow for Skyrim modding is. And I think that's something we could do on stream just to, like, show people how game dev works and what's fun about, like, I think it's a really satisfying workflow that we can show off without, like, a bunch of boring stuff behind the scenes, like figuring out how Crowbar works. Yeah. Oh, the other way. Gary's mod models to Blender. Interesting. Are you trying to do like a machinima thing? Are we trying to build the next big skibbity toilet? Is that the plan? Could be done. Could be done. I feel like Gary's mod right now is the new, like, the thing that Flash used to be. Oh, making a horror game. Nice. So you're going into Blender. Oh, so the idea, I think I see what you're doing now. So you're going into Blender, and then you're trying to do some modifications or, like, composite some of the existing models in order to get new models that you can put back into Gary's mod. Is that the idea? Low poly, yeah. That makes sense. A friend of mine who was nearly in the gaming industry, but ended up in product design, used to be like the low poly guy for a lot of the teams he was on. That was fun. He did texturing, and he did what's called retopography. So he would take models that were way too complex for running anywhere useful. And with those, he would draw a new topology on top of them. And then what you do is you take the high accuracy model and you put it in fixed lighting and you capture that as a texture on the low poly model. And so you end up with like a much more efficient result of a really high detail model that you can actually run. Switch to SFM. Interesting. Bam. Yeah, I wonder what... I guess Gary's mod is probably the easiest entry point. I guess Roblox is probably the easiest entry point for game dev now that I think about it. I don't know any Roblox developers, I don't think. I know a couple of Minecraft mod developers. I've only ever played the Roblox games. I've not tried developing my own. I don't know how good the tool set is. I assume it's pretty good. People like it. Yo, come on, buddy. We gotcha. All right, so this is the one where... the curve on that is still getting me. I'm also just not... It feels pretty finicky. Oh, hey. Hey! Okay, now what do I gotta do? Okay, so we gotta go down there. All right. I see what we're doing. Well, we're not gonna make this the first time. We're gonna screw this up. Never mind. First try. Nice. Very nice. Quick game recommendation called Oh, I really want to try Carrion. Yeah, it's like a meat Metroidvania. I do want to play Carrion. It looks real fun. I remember seeing it and thinking it would look awesome. I also didn't have a chance to play Dead Cells, but I could play Carrion instead. Carrion is a good option. Yo, let's do it. All right. Now they want me to control my speed too. That's messed up, man. Why would you do that? Metroidvania. I beat it. The bonus level and the DLC. Nice. Are you a big like 2D Metroidvania person? Have you played Dead Cells or any of the Castlevania games like Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow, any of those? Those are all pretty fun. I guess Dead Cells is like somewhere between a Souls-like and a Metroidvania. They're cool. Like, I like the idea where the top goal is exploration. So it's fun to walk around a level and pick up hints for all these puzzles that you're not able to solve quite yet, but then later you get the thing you need and you feel like a genius. You feel so smart. It's almost as good as being smart. But having never been smart, I wouldn't know what that's like. But it seems cool. I want to do Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That and the original Metal Gear Solid are two games that I missed, and I'm really interested in how they feel. A lot of people are going back and playing them because, you know, they were like too young or like just never played them in the first place when they had the chance. And they seem to have a really good time. Metal Gear Solid in particular, because I've never played a modern Kojima game except for Death Stranding, which I enjoyed my experience with, but kind of bounced off of because it takes more time than I have. He says, even though he'll finish a 120-hour Persona game like it's nothing. You stop judging me. How dare you judge me like that? That's not fair. I'm going to judge you for your games. What is this that I see in your library? Huh? Fun time Laifu with Waifu? Huh? What about that? Honey Pop 7? What's that one? What do you think you got in your library, huh? Oh, we're doing it. Nice. Nice. Okay. Oh, we hosed it right at the end. But I've also gotten into Dark Souls 2 on your Xbox 360. Took me 1,702 tries, 7 hours and 32 minutes to beat the first boss. I feel like everyone's first Souls game is like that. I'm assuming you didn't play Elden Ring before this. Maybe you did. I actually haven't played Dark Souls 2. I've only played Elden Ring and the original Dark Souls. And I started a speed run. Like, I've got a bunch of saves I've been building to set up a speedrun route, but I have not had time to finish them. There are some pretty mean tricks in the speedrun that I don't know I could be consistent at. Hey, MJ, what's going on? What have you been playing of late? We've been talking about Souls-likes and Metroidvanias. Well, Kaboosh, you've been outed. Your alter ego is known. What do you do? Yeah, Kaboosh said he decided to try Kaboosh back on for a bit, see how it feels. It does have that nostalgia factor. It's like, you know, it's like a Super Mario world, and sure, Ghost is a nice shiny Mario Odyssey, but sometimes it's nice to go back. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. I might be the only one. Get over here. Yeah, I feel like my backlog is so big now that I have time for two types of gaming. I can game for things that are kind of fun to do on stream like this, where I get an adequate amount of head trauma and I can still talk. And then there's games where, for game development purposes, I play them because they're interesting and I need to pick apart their design. Mouthwashing was fun because that's like both at the same time. It was like a really fun thing to do on stream, and it had some interesting storytelling and mechanics that we got to talk about. So that was cool. Big fan of that. Nice.
Hey there, this is Eric from Blackmail Spyco.
Hey, Eric.
For a Richard Bankman. Yeah, so listen, we get a lot of unusual orders. We're a black market espionage store after all. But yeah, I just wanted to confirm that you meant to order, let's see here, 3,187 bugging devices, 14 janitor costumes, a bald cap, and a clown suit.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Most first-time customers usually order, well, less than that.
Why?
Oh, I see it's already been paid in full. So, yeah, I mean, if we don't hear from you in the next hour, we'll be shipping it to your office in a box discreetly labeled, important corporate return. Please sort and file.
That's fair.
Since we both know no one's going to touch that.
Yeah, obviously.
Thanks again for your business, and as always, have a good day.
Nice. I played Skyrim before, and I said, oh, I've played Skyrim. I'll be fine. Biggest fucking lie ever. Yeah, Skyrim does not prepare you for Souls-likes. No, MJ, you're fine. We were just, I think it's, you and I are able to track that it is Kaboosh, and it's kind of funny because we've got lore now, right? Because we've got Kaboosh, which wasn't even the initial incarnation, right? Because initially you were cosplaying as Spampton and doing a fairly accurate job, and reasonably, you eventually decide that, okay, maybe it's hard to stay in character 100% of the time. And then we got to meet Kaboosh, and then we've been through a mix of both handle try-ons, and we also had some other cosplay characters in there. This is always fun. All right, do I just... Yeah? Yeah? This seems good. I had to press the whole time. Okay. We can do that next time. That kind of worked. That was not correct. That was not the right way to do that. We'll just gotta go on down. Come on down. Nice.
Good afternoon. This
Good
is
afternoon.
Ryan from CDP Finnegan, just calling you back about your request for legal advice.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Pleasure to meet you. A fun fact
Red
about
now?
me,
Red now.
one of my clients actually works on the same floor as you.
Red now.
Ann's lawyer is mopping the floor with us. Anyways, here at CDP Finnegan, professional standards.
Nope, that didn't work.
So I'm glad you thought to reach out to us for.
I think that's what I was supposed to do.
So, you wanted to know
purple?
breaking into
Maybe
large
purple.
commercial buildings on Wall Street,
Red then
planting
purple?
audio listening devices and remote cameras in various boardrooms and executive suites was illegal. Glad you reached out to us. This one was a toughie. So we put a team on it. And after some extensive digging, it turns out that it is, in fact, very illegal. Yeah, wouldn't recommend. Okay, great chat. Your bill will be in the mail.
Cool. No! Get back up there! No! That is illegal. You're not allowed to fall unless I tell you to. Alright, so. Actually, maybe we shoot over this and go to the purple. Let's try that. That is not correct. That is not what we were supposed to do. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Ow. Please stop. We're going to start over. You're going to laugh whenever you pick up a voicemail. It's going to say, connection terminated. Yes. Falling Souls-like? There's one about falling. I want to play. I wish to play this game. Please explain. Please give to me the Souls-like with the falling. I enjoy the extra brain damage what it provides me. That was bad. Hey, we're back at the beginning, as intended. Bam. The number I have dialed has been disconnected. That is an old Konami song. I like that song. Brain damage. Cool, cool. MJ's favorite. You know, I spent a significant portion of my career trying to battle concussion. And here I am, battling it in a new way. Just a more blunt force way than I had planned. Oh no, we've done it again. We've made some errors. Go up. Fine. This is fine. No, it's not. That was not fine. Seemed fine. That's the problem with things that seem fine. We can do this. This will be fine. I should stop using that word. That's asking for trouble. Whoa! Wow! It's not a song, it's from FNAF Pizzeria Simulator! What's wrong with you? There's a Roblox pizza sim that a fellow streamer I know is like super into. I played with him a little bit. I think it might be based on that. Yes! I like fanfare. I feel fan-ferific. Now, more up! In this episode, Labdrat demands uppies. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Oh, that reminds me. I have recently started watching an anime on advice of the boys from the Trash Taste podcast. And it is kind of garbage, but it's also kind of funny. It's called 100 Girlfriends That Really, Really, Really Love You. It is a harem anime, and the premise is that the guy, the main character, is rejected throughout all of middle school, and then in high school, just as he's about to enter freshman year, runs into the god of love. And the god of love is like, hey fam, I got you. Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna give you a one true love soulmate, and you're gonna love it. And other words that involve love. And there's only one catch. I was kind of distracted that day, and I gave you 100 true soulmates. Also, by the way, if any single one of them gets rejected, they will die of heartbreak. It just ruins them for their lives. And so that's the premise. And this guy's like, well, I can't have blood on my hands. I just have to figure out how to balance 100 different girlfriends. And then it's just nothing but tropes for the rest of the season. It's very silly. I have accomplished nothing, and I am a loser. Thank you for reminding me. That was real bad. That was incorrect. I screwed that up immediately. Didn't even think about what I was trying to do. Got all distracted by those 100 girlfriends. This is what happens when you try to talk to anime protagonists. They ruin everything. All right. So we were trying to figure out what our plan was. One theory was that we go into the red bit. Ooh, an alternate theory. I understand. We're supposed to go into the blue from here. The blue is a hint. The blue is a hint. I knew that. No one can say I didn't. I knew the whole time. See, I knew the whole time. 100% swag. I cannot believe you doubted me. Ridiculous that you would do that, in fact. Yeah! All right, now what do I do? Purple. Oh man.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
Joke's on you! You anticipated I would fail! Alright. This one, though, we'll see. This one's a little rough looking. Oh! That do be that head trauma we were talking about. Well, that didn't work out. Okay. So, the colors are hints. Fine, I getcha. We messed that one up. I broke every bone. I had extra bones before this, if you know what I mean. Good old innuendos. They're always there for me. All right. YOLO. Okay, we way overcooked that. I didn't realize it was so easy to overcook this little jump here. Seems you were correct. It's a type of correct. Technically correct. The best type of correct. Okay. I'm gonna go again. That one does not look like it's gonna work. that looks like a lie. That one also doesn't look like it's gonna work. These feel fake. Ow! All right, that purple jump's hard. Everybody take note. Purple jump, difficult. Difficult. Purple, as we know, is the most difficult color. We've always known that.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
Did y'all see me slide on the side of my body there for a second? That seems incorrect. That does not seem right. I don't think that's how that works. All right, and then we face plant into the pink. More innuendo. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan. Though I admit, when I found out that Ozzy Osbourne died, I was just like... I thought he was going to die a long time ago. Let's put it that way. He had wrecked himself with drugs so thoroughly that I was like, wait, this guy survived past 2010? Glad I'm not a betting man. Because I would have not bet on that. Hulk Hogan, I guess I'm a little more surprised by. But we know he was in the steroid era of wrestling, so that could have had something to do with it. But it is more surprising. Certainly, there's less justification than Ozzy Osbourne. Nice. Yeah, there was actually a interesting Netflix documentary on Vince McMahon recently that I watched. And it was, yeah, Ozzy's legend always will be. Yeah, like, Ozzy had some pretty influential music. And as a metalhead, I greatly appreciate any contributions to the hard rock and metal genres. But, yeah, we were watching an interesting, Cassie and I, interesting documentary. Ooh, that was a bounce. Interesting. An interesting documentary about Vince McMahon. And he's always kind of been known to be a little bit of a scumbag in the industry. Oh, no! Close. And this documentary, I can't tell, he agreed to an interview, so I think there must have been some requirement that they not make him look like a total scumbag in order for them to be able to use that interview. But he doesn't come out smelling like roses. He's not, even in a situation where he clearly allowed an interview to happen, he does not look good. He kind of looks like an evil ghoul no matter what. And there was some interesting stuff about Hulk in there, like how they sort of were partners, fellow conspirators in making that industry consolidate into McMahon's hands. Exactly 2 weeks from Ozzy's death, the apocalypse would come. I'm sorry in advance. I thought he would never... You thought he was like a Twinkie or something and was indestructible now? Or like a cockroach? It's just, at this point, if he's not died, there's nothing that can kill him. Is that the idea? I feel like you should probably stop making bets too. Never go to Vegas, Kaboosh. You're gonna be in trouble. Try something else. I guess you could maybe roll for Counter-Strike skins a little bit. That's not quite Vegas, but don't come crying to me if you get ruined financially. It is that's another crazy. Yeah, we are cooked. It is another crazy thing for to think about, like how prevalent all of the all of the gambling is for Counter-Strike skins, and how like I also saw like a little YouTube essay on how many like very young people, like sometimes before middle school, are getting addicted to gambling through Counter-Strike skins and like the weird Counter-Strike skin storefronts that exist for gambling. Yeah, that was very interesting. And like there were a couple of people who got messed up like that, and they went on to be spokespeople for online casinos. So they did that, then they became content creators based on, you know, doing pulls for Counter-Strike knife and weapon skins. And then they moved from that to just straight up doing online casino stuff. Wild to see. Yeah, there we go.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Is that so? You're trying to figure out which sick-looking purple knife is worth the most? Is that the type of science we're talking about? Bam. This is... I can tell this is, like, gonna get real hard. This is gonna be fine, and then it's super not. Speaking of things that get real hard, this level. Get your mind out of the gutter, chat. You disgust me. Now... Speaking of which, develop a gambling addiction at 4 to 5 years old? That's really sad, yeah. Speaking of which, are you actively developing a gambling addiction? Is that what you're doing right now? Was that... Let's gamble! Oh, no! No! You are encouraging chaos! I know that's your thing. No, no, I cannot... My relationship cannot tolerate another spin on the wheel. That would be bad. Why do you want this to happen to me? All right, maybe if I take more head trauma, maybe we'll gamble again. Never understood why people wanted to lose their money to buy a knife or a gun because it's rare. I just find it cool. That's true. Yeah, I don't wholly understand it. I get the idea. Like, I always had this problem with digital collectibles. Like, I understand Pokemon cards just fine. But even those, I don't think of collectibles as an investment. I like having them. And digital collectibles are... Because ownership on them is so tenuous, I just can't get into them as a thing. I like the closest I got was in like Hearthstone, where I just wanted more cards to keep up with the game, but they're worthless. They're worthless so fast. I'm a little surprised that... I guess I'm not that surprised because Valve makes money on store transactions, but I'm a little surprised that the Counter-Strike knife thing is even allowed to happen. I shouldn't be. Valve is also a company. Real talk? Yep. If I have it, I'll keep it, but if I need to go out of my way to get it, it's not worth it. I think it can still be worth it. It's just, how worth it is it? Is the journey fun? I can tell you, Get to Work is not a game that you play just because you want to say you have beaten it. If you do not enjoy the journey of Get to Work, there's something wrong. Either you're a streamer, but not my type. You're not me, but you're a streamer, and a significant amount of your income depends on repeatedly failing on camera and freaking out about it. Or You just like the smooth curves of the Doinkler portfolio, riding along them and letting them guide you towards a better place. Maybe that's what you like. And then get to work is perfectly worth the investment. But yeah, I wouldn't chase something just because it was a status symbol. I've never been that way. I in my day job, I have many times taken a pay cut so that my life could be better instead of doing something that may be more prestigious. Damn it! Rich people just ruin it for everyone. Yeah. Spin the wheel. Ah, shit. All right, hold on. Let me grab our wheel. Where are you? I think we did Wheel of Names this. Yeah, we sure did. All right, let's start it up again. Okay. Going to set this back to normal. Get out of here. All right. We've got Lab, Cassie, Kaboosh, and MJ. And then why don't we add this is a bad one. What other colors do we have? We have a nice purple. Cassie likes purple. Cassie can be purple. This will be red. This is the bad one. We don't want that one. This is literally anything else. All right. Don't bet your relationship this time. Okay. Here's the play. Literally anything else should always be a small chance. So everybody else is worth at least 4 times as much. Let's make it even better. We're going to do 5. How does that look? That looks fair. That's like some Wheel of Fortune type stuff. You know what? Even more generous. There. That's nice and aesthetically pleasing. Okay. Get your bets in. Who in the Labdrat community is going to be in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for our weekly Gamba? What do you got? What do you got? I am betting on. I think Karma is going to put Cassie in 1st this time. Then I think Kaboosh is going to get in for nostalgia. I think MJ will follow up. I think I'm going to be last. No, I think it's going to go to literally anything else. Literally anything else, and then me. This is my guess. All right. 2,000 on Kaboosh. Alrighty, let's see what we get. Spin number 1. We got, oh snap, up in the lead, MJ. Good job. Wow. Very impressive. Very impressive. 3 remain. Going for position number 2. Is it Lab, Kaboosh, or Cassie? Who is it? The winner is Cassie. Number 2. We have female dominance in the chat. All right, now we are down to Kaboosh should be a different color. Kaboosh is green. We're down to Kaboosh. Lost my meaningless points. Damn it. We've got Kaboosh, Lab, and literally anything else. Who's the winner? Oh no. Oh no. Kaboosh is up against the guillotine. All right, Kaboosh. Let's see what's going on. You now have a 6th to one chance still. I have been more benevolent than last time. What are the odds? Kaboosh. Or literally anything else. What is it? Spin, spin, spin. Let me see. And the community wins this week. Yeah! Weekly Gamba. Literally anything else. Dead last, as it should be. Heck yes. Good job, community. This is why you spend all week picking those 4-leaf clovers, turning the horseshoes right side up, making sure that no cracks are stepped on. This is the type of luck that we demand in the Labdrat community. Congratulations on none of you being worse than literally anything else. Big community win. Good job. All right. Is there enough leftover luck for me to one-shot this very suddenly? Oh, nope. That's what I get. That's what I get for taking credit for anything. That's the problem. Should never do it. Never do it. Also, I completely forgot the flow of this while we were spinning the wheel. Ah, shit. Damn it. It made me all cussy. Why did it make me all cussy? So close. Now! We'll get there. Nope. No, we won't.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
That is the one constant throughout all of this. While the community may have luck and people may be redeemed, truly, I remain the only one with no skills and am a loser. We'll have to... we have to come up with other purposes for the wheel. I have been enjoying the wheel. The wheel's a good time. Self-censorship. Oh no, MJ is cussing at a fish. Fisha. I feel the same. Oh, do any of y'all, like, I guess, as a PNG tuber type thing, close, I am wont to follow VTuber circles from time to time. Have any of y'all seen the crazy VShojo nonsense going on? Because that is insane. That entire company fell apart overnight. Is anyone else following that? Because it's crazy. Yeah, so if you don't know, Iron Mouse is the most popular English-speaking VTuber in the world. Owns the top Twitch sub count, all that kind of stuff. She is a founding member of a organization called VShojo, which is a talent agency that works on English-speaking VTubers. One difference between that agency and a lot of Japanese agencies is that the talent, so Iron Mouse and all the other people in it, own all of their names and IP. So if they ever leave, Iron Mouse is still Iron Mouse. So they've attracted a lot of people who might otherwise stay indie and not sign with an agency. And it was revealed recently that they had been having money problems. And as they were going bankrupt and trying to raise more money, first try, by the way, definitely first try. As they were going bankrupt and trying to raise more money, they discovered Mouse and several other people were not getting paid, and they hadn't been paid for like a year. But most problematic, Mouse has an immunodeficiency disease and raises like 2 to 3 times a year hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for a charity called the Immunodeficiency Fund. And because she, like, when she started her career, she was completely bedridden and was unable to do anything but stream. That's why she got into VTubing. She does VTubing specifically because she's completely covered in, like, medical gear. Like, she's got tubes in her and stuff. And so she did VTubing as a way to escape. And so apparently VShojo, which had been running some of these events, was managing money that was supposed to go to charity. Specifically, the subathon that she had done last year. And among that was $500,000 that was supposed to go to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. $500,000. And as a result of that, they had mixed the funds with their internal like funding stuff. So they'd mix the funds with like their daily operations and basically pissed it all away. All the money is gone. The Immunodeficiency Foundation was not paid. They reached out to Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse also wasn't getting paid. She was getting angrier and angrier. And then apparently there was enough of a problem. There was like enough. Here, I'll show a little bit of who these people are. Apparently there was enough legal problems behind the scene that she decided to just go public. So this subathon, this 2024 subathon, over $1 million total was raised. $500,000 of this was supposed to go to this organization, the Immune Deficiency Foundation. And they mixed it with their internal funds, pissed it all away, and then they tried to get more fundraising from venture capital before they went bankrupt to try and pay it out. And it didn't work. So Mouse went public, and within 24 hours, all of the remaining 15, 16 members of VShojo quit, and the whole company folded. Everybody was like, wait, they didn't pay charity? I wasn't getting paid either for like a whole 8 months or whatever. And one of the talents, the Japanese talent, they called up the Japanese CEO on a Twitch stream to chew them out and ask questions. It was crazy. So, yeah, there's like apparently a bunch of legal stuff going on. The biggest English VTubing agency is now dead, and everybody under that umbrella is indie. And as part of this, Mouse started a new Tiltify donation. The neat thing about Tiltify is that Tiltify donations go directly to the charity. So if you send something to Tiltify, you are guaranteed that it will never touch a middleman's like a middleman's purse. It'll go directly to the charity 100% of the time. And so one nice piece of news is, as a result of all of this nonsense, people have been pouring out to donate to the Immune Deficiency Foundation on behalf of Mouse. And so there's now I'm trying to think. Yeah. Mouse just raised $1.2 million in the past 24 hours as a result of all of this nonsense, because people were really angry that the $500,000 wasn't paid, and they did a really good job of very quickly making sure that the charity got their money. So that was actually pretty cool. Yeah, over double. Yeah, and this is 36 hours. It went from nothing to $500,000 immediately to 720 yesterday, and now it's 1.2 million. It's been crazy. So yeah, this has been wild. And it's so crazy that it has been in mainstream news sources. So if you go to The Verge, if I just look out Iron Mouse news, you'll probably find a bunch of mainstream. So Newsweek is talking about this. Newsweek, Sports Illustrated is talking about VTubers. It's crazy. That is how messed up it is. But yeah, it's been really interesting to follow. All right. Later, Kaboosh. Have a good one. Yeah, so that was some wild stuff. Wild.
Back Bankman, this is your boss, Mr. Daryl Matthews Rothschild.
What is this glowy crap?
What the hell are these boxes being delivered?
Am I supposed to? Oh, I get
Looks like
it.
the office is going through a divorce, and my wife has stuffed up all the things into the boxes and left them on the street without telling me. She knows damn well that my business suits shouldn't be folded. How many times do I have to tell her?
Interesting.
It's Mr. Daryl Matthews Rothschild Mayhew III. Get out until you get it right.
Useless idiot.
Okay,
Bankman,
we're getting there.
this isn't a warehouse. Get rid of these damn boxes. And you better not be screwing up the Doinkler portfolio.
Nope.
A lot is riding on this.
We're killing it. We're doing great. You'll never stop us. Yeah, it's just interesting how every once in a while online culture intersects main media news like boomer news, and it's always weird to see it happen, but it's also weird to see what makes it happen. Because like now my parents might see this in Newsweek and I have to explain so much shit. They'll be like, why is that weird cartoon character? What happened? What, did she screw over the charity? No, mom. That's a VTuber. It stands for virtual YouTuber. What's YouTube? All right. You know how sometimes when like I go and I talk in my room like really loudly for a while, and I make some video stuff out of it that has my voice. Oh yeah, I watched that on the TV. No, it's the thing where it's after you watch it on the TV. It's there for later. That's YouTube. YouTube is like later stuff, not live. So she took the money? No. So there's this thing called an agency. It's a talent agency like for stars, but this comes from idol culture. What's idol culture? Okay, so you know how people are really into Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise is like an idol. And except in Japan, the people who have a lot of control is not the talent, it's the actors. And they don't necessarily own the identity that they work with. Like Tom Cruise could be a pen name and the company owns the idea of Tom Cruise, and that guy's like Nathan Grayson, you know, and Nathan Grayson doesn't own Tom Cruise. How does that work? How do you not own who you are? And it just keeps going. It keeps going. I can't handle it. Please don't make me explain this to people. Is there that's what AI is for now. We could burn the earth explaining things to boomers. That's probably what they wanted anyway. That would really flipping annoy you. It would be very funny to see you have to explain to a boomer like all of internet culture. I want you to explain mod and Minecraft to like a 70-year-old. Do that for me, MJ. I want to see how it works out. That'd be real funny. Damn it. Why do these keep getting harder? It's almost like it's trying to teach me something. I'm against it. Nope. Head trauma. Close. MJ, have you seen the IT Crowd? I can't remember. That's a really good show. They lend out the internet. It's a box with a blinking light. It's very exciting. Also no, teach the head trauma? Yes. I think you would like the IT Crowd. It's about 3 people in the IT department who are isolated to a dark basement and not particularly respected, and the various hijinks they get into, mostly because nobody pays attention to them and no one can understand computers. It's pretty good. If you have a chance to sail the high seas to find any kind of media, I recommend that you cast your net for some booty that is the IT Crowd. It's a good show. What's happened? Why so quiet? What you doing, music? Music, why you treat me like this? Come on, music. Come back on, yes. There we go. Good job, music. Thank you. Just like kind of whack lo-fi. Why are Sonic remixes always so good? It's always so good. Ah! Damn. That was like clever and stuff. So close. Yeah. Why Tommy was so... I did not hit her. I did not. I wish I remembered more about The Room. I don't want to watch it again, though. I watched The Room a lot when it was popular to watch it ironically. And at this point, I think I'm done. Like, I cannot... Unlike Rocky Horror, which I can always find something to do with, I can't stand The Room anymore. It just hurts. It's too cringe. I've done my time. It was very funny. It was an insane thing to watch, and now I would like it to leave me alone. I want Tommy Wiseau to stop. Please stop. Come on. Come on. You heard about The Room? It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch once, but really only if you know the background. The film or either the film or the book, Disaster Artist, is very good to get some context on it. Especially the book. It's a description of how the nonsense got made. About this weird foreign guy who claims to be American 100% of the time and somehow gets a film put together and then casts himself as the star and is a terrible actor and treats the entirety of the cast really weird. It's all very strange. All very strange. Yeah. Nope. Damn it. What is this a remix of? Which is this? Sky Zone? This isn't Sky Zone. It sounds like Sky Zone, but it ain't it. This is just called Kamikaze Bitch. Huh. That's informative. I'm glad that helped me somehow. Yeah. Oh, I also lost chat when I did that because I'm a dummy. And we're back. Yeah, I love Sonic music. I've got a Sonic lo-fi station that I listen to for most of the time that I spend doing things. If I'm doing computer work, there's a good chance that I'm listening to some kind of Sonic lo-fi. Also, Konami lo-fi. Konami has a lot of bangers, too. Oh no, it's the original Sonic Boom. From Sega CD! Yeah. Dang it. We're doing great. Nope. Close. Getting there. This requires a lot more focus than the base game somehow. I feel like it's nothing but richest man on earth type stuff. I guess that makes sense. That's kind of the point, right? Ah, we were close. We were close, everybody. We almost had the flow. Getting there. Nope. I do like the reset button. It's very much helpful. Quick reset is appreciated. Though at the end, when we have to string this all together, I don't think there's any reset. I think the idea is that you go through this whole thing and then probably try the Doinkler special, don't succeed at all, and then after you fail to succeed, you come back here and you do like a bunch of training until you're super consistent at everything, which I'm sure is a valid use of your time. What is better than mindlessly slamming your face against a wall for hours and hours at a time in a digital game? I don't see how I could spend my time any better. Do we want the demons to come back, or why? What are the demons doing? I feel like we can just chill. I'm not gonna deny me a demon. I like a good demon, but also, you know, I'm also good with a hang. I like me a hang. Talking about all of the great things that exist in the Sonic universe. For example, the number of friends I have whose sexual awakening was Sonic. I think you could probably guess what kind of cons they go to. It's not hard. Well, I mean, it is hard, which is why they go to those cons now. Never mind. This is getting complicated. You get the point. Yeah. Did you finish your Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough, MJ? Speaking of Sonic, I know that was in progress. I just don't know where you landed. Nope. Head trauma with the demons. You could have a good demon head trauma. Other good movies, Initial D and The Pick of Destiny. Where Dave Grohl, the lead singer of Foo Fighters, plays the devil because he was originally the drummer for Nirvana, and the devil does a bunch of drumming. Oh no, we screwed it up! Oh, we had it! Dang it! Oh, you haven't started it yet. You're doing Sonic Adventure 1 right now? For some reason I thought you were already on 2. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yep, damn it. I appreciate that the game designers are trying to teach me by ramping this up incrementally, but I know for a fact that they're just going to teach me all this so that they can punish me later. So why am I treating this like kindness? Because really it's just a long, cruel prank. You know, like this is just to trick you into thinking that it's going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. Ah! You haven't even started Sonic Adventure 1? What? I could swear you were on that. Was it JLo? Oh, well, also, no, that was a ROM hack. One of the interns at Cassie's work was also playing some Sonic. I was thinking about this recently, and I really like Sonic Mania, but it's not my favorite one to replay because it's a little too long and a little too hard to want to replay a bunch. I like Sonic 1, 2, and 3 more because they're easier. And you can get through them kind of quick. Haven't streamed in a while. No, that's okay. I mean, I have had to reduce my streaming schedule because I used to also do Saturdays, but there's just too much going on. It's so busy. We got this, we got day job, we got game dev that I can't talk about. I've got some folks that I was helping do some filming with. We got projects. And then there is, of course, the cottage that my parents have left a little in a bad state, and I have had to do a lot of work to try to repair. That has also taken a lot of time. It's been a busy summer. Oh, also, Cassie and I are trying to get ready for a trip to Japan. I even had a chance to use some Japanese today because somebody at my office spoke Japanese. That was cool. It's been a minute. That's the thing that I'm like most in my head about is I know that I have de-rusted my Japanese some, but there's this other problem in that some is not necessarily enough to be functional. So we'll see how bad my imposter syndrome gets when we're over there and whether or not I can talk to people. I think I can get by, but one of the things about Japan is everything comes with a script. I think you'll see a lot of people talk about this, where an interaction at like a convenience store. So you go to a 7-Eleven here and everybody responds a little different. Everybody's like, hey, what do you need? Or what can I get you, boss? Or all these different things. In Japan, no, not so. They stand there stoically until you put your things on the counter. Then anything that could be warmed up, they ask you if you want it to be warmed up. And then they ask if you need anything else. And you're like, I would like 1 of these and 3 of these. And you give them money, they return it, and they say thank you. And that is the end. And there's a script like that for everything. There's no variations. It's very convenient for someone who is not as confident in their Japanese skills. Yeah, rip your life. True facts. You're right. We should... What I need is a clone. Why is everybody's solution always a clone first? I think that's a terrible idea. I don't want 2 of me. Like, first of all, I have to share my space with another me, and I'm already annoyed that I have to share my space with myself. Imagine if there were 2 of me. That would be awful. Then, it's not like the other you doesn't have needs. So, sure, like, you could try and split up your work or whatever, but now you also have twice the needs, so you cost twice as much. Like, you could be roommates, but do you want to be roommate with yourself? That guy sucks. Of course not. Of course not. Cloning is a terrible solution. We need something else. I'm talking, like, we need magic or, like, Star Trek replicators. Hyperbolic time chamber is a good solution. I'm a big fan of hyperbolic time chamber. I would prefer it if I also didn't age at that same time. That would be better. But I'd take it. Like, I'd take a hyperbolic time chamber to go work on something for a while. I'd go all Gohan and learn how to Super Saiyan. That sounds good. I think it's worth it. Yeah. We could both kill each other. Oof. You run in one direction, I'll run in the other. Big oof. Yeah, I'm not on Team Clone. There are better options. Oh, because you couldn't handle a clone? Is that the problem? I know how that would go. At least for me. But yeah, it is rough out there. It is rough out there. Come on. Come on. I believe in you. Come on. Come on. Nope. Didn't nail it. We'll nail it next time. Maybe. Come on. Oh, we don't have the skill. We don't have the skill, MJ. What are we going to do? Never mind, we have the skill. We have the skill and we're amazing at everything. We have the skill, we're amazing at everything. Nothing can stop us. We've always been great and always will be great. Yes! I knew we could do it. I never doubted us. Not once. That would be ridiculous. I can't believe you thought we doubted each other. That's crazy. That's crazy. How to ride the loop-de-loop. Try letting the camera rotate on its own. Try steering into the ramp. Oh no. Okay. That kind of worked. Okay. Into the ramp, huh? Nope, that didn't work. Good start, good start. Nope. Into the ramp, huh? Why was the first one the best one? That seems unfair. Can I do this like a little more? That didn't seem good. Whoa. Okay, that didn't seem right either. All right. Nice. Imagine hearing your own voice talking back at you and you begging yourself to literally anything you want normally. Oh, yes. Yeah, would you... Huh. I'm trying to figure out how I would end up treating myself. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I feel like my reaction would be the financial ruin is the big one. I think my initial reaction would be I know the idea would be I understand that you also think this sucks, so let's make the best of it. I think I would form some kind of like level of team camaraderie with my clone, but I can't say how good it would work. I could see myself having the right amount of empathy, but it's still not succeeding. Again, like the financial ruin's a big thing. I'd probably never want to see me. Yeah, some kind of alliance, right? Like, you both know that the situation sucks. Like, since you are at the time of cloning, we're assuming you're like kind of the same, right? Then you get that this is not going to be a fun time. This is not a good cartoon hijinks situation. So you get that far. And then I think you just, like, you'll have to work out a plan from there. Because even if there were two of you, I just can't think of an efficient way to avoid the financial ruin part. Like, there's no way to, like, usefully split costs. And as much as you understand each other, that does not mean that you want each other in your business all the time. Right? Like, we're already trying to get out of our own heads half the time. Having that external does not help. So I assume that you would treat it a lot like treating a sibling, right? Like, you would make a pact to separate your lives and maybe check in on a regular basis just so that you had emotional support. That would, like, I guess the possible positive angle is you have the best possible sibling. That could be good, right? Like, someone who will always fully understand the situation you're in. So if you need to commiserate, at least that can happen. I could see that being an upside. But initially disentangling the whole situation would be really awful. I'm not about that part. I'm against it. Okay, that kind of worked. That felt good. I had a small issue where my thumb slipped off the thingy bobber, the jigamagoobler, the whatchamagizzits. That could have been worse. Yeah, it's like X-Men Ultimate Alliance Clone Edition. So I guess it's just Morph. It's just Morph from the X-Men. Okay, I understand now. I actually don't remember Morph's full deal. Morph turned evil because he was poorly treated, right? I feel like I remember that. You know, they gave me the loop-de-loop, but I didn't really understand it when they stopped, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh, they're gonna make me do it again? I just said I don't understand it. That didn't work. That sucked. I don't like that. They cheated me. So I think there's a difference between being in your own head and having self-compassion. Like, if I find that if you imagine someone who's in your exact situation, but they exist in front of you, instead of you thinking about the way you talk to yourself, you have more compassion for that person. So I think in the clone scenario, the fact that the person does exist outside of you may help. I think it's possible that that resolves some problems that you would otherwise have. Because I do find it's just easier to handle something that is physically external to your mind. Dealing with your mind by itself kind of sucks. Man, we are not understanding. Oh, me either. I am with you. No clone. No clone, please. But if clone, this is where I think I would land. And, you know, everything's a trade-off. There's nothing... It's hard for something to be entirely negative. It's not impossible. But, like, whoa. But, I would expect, right, there's something to be learned from the clone scenario. Oh, we bonked. We're getting there. There's something really fun about the Sonic Boom song when you see it play on a Sega CD. It's just very funny to have this weird old piece of technology that's trying to do like a bad version of YouTube. On CDs, no less, before you even got to DVD, so it's all compressed garbage. I mean, depending on your sources, it can be compressed garbage either way. But you get the point. Did we do it? Nope. Yeah, I still don't have the flow. We don't have the flow. We gotta get the flow going. Tell me about the flow. Gotta be in a flow state. Oh, that reminds me. There was that PlayStation game called Flow. That was for the PS4? That was like the marine biology eat everything game. It was like that old Flash fish game where you had to eat everything except more microorganism-y. Is microorganism-y a word? You prefer CDs to streaming? I like curation. So I think the thing I miss about CDs, or even as recent as like anything that's a non-streaming service, so like even MP3 players, is the ability to curate. Playlists are not quite the same. And I like to listen to whole albums. I kind of liked curating a mood. All right, that was about correct. It was not about correct. It seemed correct, and I was wrong. This is like some Street Fighter nonsense. We have to do like a half circle right, and then we have to do some other... it's not fair. Half circle, high punch, low punch. Ryoken. Dang it. I don't have the theme set up yet. That was close. That was kind of close. Got it. Wait. Good old CD's nuts. Ja! Is there something fun down here? Anything down here? No? Well, it was worth a try. Oh, there's something over there. Oh, do we have to go out of our way? Wait, hold on. That's a different level. That's a different level. False alarm. False alarm. Completely different level. Is there anything else over here? I feel compelled to explore now. I feel like they should have hidden something.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, that was ages ago. Oh, I like this. So, I bet somebody was able to figure out how to climb this pillar, so they had to put the glass there. That's really funny. All right. Fine. I didn't want to land on that platform anyway. Cool. All right. Well, y'all didn't see that. Or that. You didn't see that. Didn't see that at all. So what are you playing right now, MJ? Exactly. Didn't see anything. Bam. Close. These nuts. First of all, it's D's nuts. Everybody knows that. D makes them fresh every day. Are we... Hold on. Do we need like a D's nuts? Like a... Is that what we need? A D's nuts joke counter? Is that where we're going? This is why I need to set up my Twitch bot, because we need commands for things like D's nuts so that it can keep count for us. I'm not going to count. That's too much work. We need a robot for that. And then everything will be fine. We just need to automate all the fun jobs, like counting D's nuts. It's true. My brow is the highest. That's the joy of being able to set your render settings. You can set your brow to any level. For a moment there, I thought about taking us on an unnecessary side adventure to try and set up my PNG tuber to have its eyebrows higher, but I'm pretty sure I would break something, so I stopped myself. Yo! Nice. That was pretty good. I still do not have these loop-de-loops. This is like something the dev figured out and was like, aha, look what you can do. And I'm like, no, you can't. Prove it, nerd. Because I can't do it. Wham. Whammy. Oops. Medium oops. These are going to be like real easy at some point, but right now they super aren't. It also says not to touch the camera, but I feel like that is not helping me. I think I wish to touch. Ah! Why are they like this? Snap. Ah! You did not see that. DVDs are nice. I want to get more Blu-ray media because streaming media is so compressed. Like, it just... A lot of it doesn't look good. You think it looks good, and then you get to a scene where, like, everything's black, and you're like, oh, that looks like crap. How did that happen? And the answer is streaming. That's how it happened. Okay. Ooh, I probably could have solved that with a grab. Should have done that. All right. We're learning. We're getting more consistent at being bad, which is only one step away from being consistent at being good. I don't mind digital. What I don't like is not owning the thing. So I feel like digital is fine, but I want it to be the same quality, and I want it to not have a bunch of DRM. And that's a battle we seem to keep losing. I don't like that part. All right, we're here. We tend to do pretty good once we get this far. At least until we get to the second loop-de-loop and then screw everything up again. Okay, now this is where we make mistakes. God, no! That was the best we've done so far. Yeah, Steam, like, early on had more features about, like, the way, like, you could gift games that you had owned very early on Steam, if I remember. Now I think you kind of, if you want DRM free, you gotta kind of go for good old games. And recently Steam has been experiencing some problems where the payment processors are starting to censor stuff on the Steam library. They refuse to process payments unless certain types of adult content are censored. And, like, the move isn't that problematic thus far because the type of censorship they're offering is, any censorship is bad. But this particular censorship, I think most people could understand why you wouldn't want that content from a platform curation standpoint. But that's just an excuse to move the goalpost until it's all adult games or all games of a certain level of violence. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the idea, is you have to be careful with censorship because people use an excuse to make the censorship more aggressive. And slippery slope arguments are not great arguments, but sometimes they're true. Sometimes that's how it is. All right, there we go. All right, so I think the problem that I'm having here is I'm changing my direction too early. And then, there's a part where when I'm steering into the ramp, I instead just lose all my momentum. Hate to be political here, but yeah, it's not been great recently. The world's been a little messy, you know? I think it's well understood that right now things are getting a little worse for a lot of people. And that just kind of sucks. Ah! Okay. I think I'm starting to understand. I think the play here is you steer into it, then you release the stick when you're midair, and then you steer into it again. So it's kind of complicated. That did not work. I mean, Project 25 is a disgusting nightmare that is insane that it actually was able to influence policy. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. We are losing momentum sometimes on that ramp, and I don't know why that is. Right. What does that mean? Is it... Okay, interesting. Okay, so that time, I just held right instead of trying to follow the ramp. Maybe that's the play? Don't try to follow, just hold right. Okay, that's close. That felt like it wasn't... Closer. Yeah, so the big thing about streams, right? It's not so much that you don't want it to be political. I think the thing about streams is you want it to be a safe place. So, and you want there to be an opportunity for everybody to escape and find common ground without everyone criticizing each other. So I think that's why a lot of people don't, you know, they're very strict about political topics and whatnot in stream, because it provides an opportunity for common ground regardless of where you are in politics. And that's a good thing, because that's kind of what we need. What we don't need are cheap viewers. So we're just going to have to deny that. And they're getting the band hammer. Band hammer! Woo! Love banning bots. It's my favorite. Banning the bots. At least Automod is catching them now. That's nice. There have been fewer, which I guess should surprise me. Sonic! Let's talk about Sonic. Well, Sonic is the adjective that describes something that happens when discussing audio. Oh, I see what's happening. I'm like getting a weird little bump at the bottom of the ramp that's causing me to lose speed. Yeah, there we go. MJ, have you ever played Outer Wilds? I was thinking about that game earlier today. It's a very good, like, environmental storytelling game. Some people will call it a Metroidvania, but it's like a super fun story game. I can't talk almost anything about it without spoiling it, but I think it's pretty cheap, and it only takes, like, it takes most people less than 16 hours to beat. So if you got time, I would recommend it. It's quite enjoyable. And if you pick it up, you will probably beat it before Cassie does, because Cassie has done a terrible job of finishing that game, even though she's right at the end. And I think it's funny to beat games before Cassie when she started them a long time ago, because it forces her to go back and play them out of spite. Exactly. Like, oh, right. It's also on my list to play through Hollow Knight. That'll be a stream game. And she's been playing Hollow Knight for years. And my goal is to con her into finishing her Hollow Knight playthrough before Silksong by threatening to beat it before she does. That's the plan, anyway. It's not a perfect plan, but it may work. Okay. Oh, come on! Damn it! I was so ready. I was so ready for another attempt. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this? A few different things, I guess. Okay. Okay. She's good. She's also been busy. She has been doing some freelance illustration work. She's been helping out with the cottage that we have to repair, so she's been very busy providing a ton of help with that. She has an intern right now that she's learning all kinds of stuff with. It's that intern who is playing Sonic. So Sonic is very top of mind for me because of that kind of thing. Yeah, Sonic Boom. But it's been good. Trying to think what else. Oh, yeah, she spent today hanging a bunch of LED signs in her office to add some flair and color. I think that's cool. She has a lot of fun editing that she has on her plate to work on. If I can ever find a block of time where I'm, like, mentally present enough to do editing while she is, then I can finally edit together a supercut of the first, like the main playthrough of Get to Work, because that's been on my list to do for a while. We have all the VODs, but I wanted to do something a little condensed. I also kind of wanted to do a head trauma count. Was there a Sonic? So the Sonic, there's a lot of Sonic cartoons. The Sonic cartoons that I remember are the Saturday AM Sonic, Sonic Underground, and Sonic X, which was the anime. Those are the Sonic cartoons I remember. I kind of fell off after that. So I don't know, like, what new happened to be on those. Though I know they kept going. I also used to read the Sonic comics back in the day. They were pretty fun. Okay, that worked pretty good. That felt legit. Oh, that seems like it. Oh, this'll work. Oh, dang. Sonic X. I remember Sonic X. I think Sonic X was pretty bad. My recollection is it was bad, but I know people liked it. I am curious if it's as bad in Japanese, because that's the one where there's like a lot of, much like Shadow kissing a human woman, there's a lot of questionable, like, human Sonic interactions in that, right? I feel like I remember that being one of the things that was a little questionable. Bam. But I could be wrong. It's been a minute. All right, that worked pretty okay. Can we do it again? All right, I let go too early. We need to keep that momentum up. I think we're starting to figure this thing out. Starting to figure out these half pipes. Which is good, because then we'll get the one on the other end of this. Yeah! I hate that part's blind. I hate it. Make it stop. Nope. Bam. Subs not dubs, and I say that as someone who only watched the English dub. That's very funny. That bad, huh? I wonder how Sonic... Yeah, I don't remember any of it. I am a little... You have me curious. Maybe if I have time to, like, put up with some kind of trash anime, I can take a peek at Sonic X and determine if it's as bad as I remember. Gah! All right. You really got to nail that second half pipe. Or loop-de-loop. You got to nail that second loop-de-loop. I had it and I reset too early. It's a loop-de-loop. We're so close. We're so locked in. Yeah, we're not locked in. Boy, I sure spend a lot of time staring at this guy's ass. I remember... Oh, I wonder if they fixed that weird geometry bug from the guy's model in the first one. Because when we were doing the Richest Man in the World run, we noticed that the geometry was uneven and there was a weird dark spot on his ass. I should look at that again. This is the kind of important research that we need here on the LabDrat channel. Yup, it's trash. Belongs on the fire. It's funny. Nope. Alright. Can we see this guy's ass? I feel like it's not well lit enough to really see. The lighting is not good. I need better ass angle. Alright, we'll find the right spot later. We can't let this important research go undone. Okay, that's good. That's good. Maybe by, like, steer into the loop, they mean after the jump? Like, after that hop? Because that does seem to be true. That was bad. Is there any way out of this alive? Can we, like... Nope. All that noise did not produce a lot of success. Wham. Isn't that weird 70s band? Wham. Alright, that was not correct. What did I bonk? That seems unfair. Okay. This is getting more consistent, so that's good. Getting more consistent is the name of the game. Actually, the name of the game is Get to Work, so tricked you there. Oh, shit. Where am I going? Where am I going? I don't know where I was going. That's not fair. Where was I supposed to go? So where do we go next? We did that, right? Were we over here? Is this where we were? I'm supposed to hit that. Okay. So we go over here. And then we hit that. And then we're supposed to hit this white thing right here. And then we're supposed to, like, I guess, face plant into that little dot. There's a FNAF talk happening in one of the Discords I'm in, and I don't like how much I know about the series. Have you heard the Five Nights at Freddy's song? Five Nights at Freddy's, that's where I wanna be. I just don't get it. You heard that song? I hate that it's a banger. It's a stupid song that sounds very catchy. Nope. Nope. Good attempt. Good attempt, but no dice. This is not a game about dice. This is a game about business. It's our business to nail it. Well, I mean, yes. I would expect it to remind us of Chuck E. Cheese. I feel like that's nearly the direct inspiration. Like, not 100%, but pretty close. It's kind of a bummer that Scott Cawthorn sucks, but the game's fun. Wham. Wham. All right, that seemed pretty good. Yep. Nice. Okay. Now we're back on this nonsense. Okay. Okay, we way overshot that. So once we get off there, that's like so blind. What are we supposed to do? Yeah, Scott Cawthorn is known to have donated to a bunch of pretty unfortunate causes that have caused people to be less than enthused with him. It actually made him step away from the series so that the series could continue without his direct influence. It's a lot like a Notch situation, to my understanding. Yeah, so that's lame. That said, I don't know how it's going to be without him, because I sure am seeing like a lot of... All right, just gotta... Come on. No! So close! Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of games come out with the Five Nights at Freddy's title very quickly. That's not typically a good sign. So I'm a little worried about that from are the games and the franchise going to continue to be good? Yeah, it's not the best. So, it's a bummer. And you know, that was discovered pretty late, so I think it's weird that folks feel less betrayed about it than they do about the reaction. Seemed like it was smaller than, say, the Notch or the J.K. Rowling situation, but I don't know. It sucks. Did we make it? Yes. Good. No, we did not. Yeah, I also, it's hard to figure out what to do in some of these situations. Like, I also don't know as much about the Cawthorn situation as I do the other two. I don't think there's any, to my knowledge, they never got to the point of like firsthand evidence like they do with JK and Notch. It's mostly, you know, noticing the types of causes he's donating to. And yeah, people are complicated. I don't know. Separating the art and the artist is always a struggle, right? Because you really want to indulge in the art, you want to talk about it, you want to use it for, you want to use the art as a reference point culturally, but you don't want to enrich the person who is making the bad thing happen in society. And it gets to like the whole, is there any such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism? Like there's this nihilistic idea that like buy what you want because capitalism forces us all into this system anyway, so what's the point? But you know, you think about stuff like, well, do I really want to enrich billionaire ghouls like Jeff Bezos, but also how am I going to cut Amazon out of my life? Or there's this, or, you know, like there's people, I know some people who grew up with Harry Potter who like really struggled to figure out how to reconcile continuing to engage with Harry Potter. And they'll do stuff like donate to the Trevor Project, but still engage in the content. And that is not necessarily, that doesn't necessarily offer the help that they want, but it's how they morally justify themselves. So, I don't know. It's all messy. It's all messy. Gah! Oh, so close. Okay. I only gotta let go for a second. Bam. Yep. Welcome to the Bummer Room, offered by the State of the World, as presented by Capitalism and Labdrad. Welcome. Yeah, I had another, like, I had a situation that has made me think about this again recently. I called some karma down upon myself in my day job where I was pointing out something unfair that happens to people in the workplace, and immediately had to deal with a situation where it was happening. Like it was out of my control, and I just had to sit there and it had to happen, and it was no one's fault. It is a systemic issue. Yeah, it's messy. Trans rights, y'all. Go support efforts like the Trevor Project and Engage in communities that are accepting, like Games Done Quick, the Super Mario World community, the Sonic community. The gayest community I know is the Sonic community. Ask anybody. It is the queerest community I have ever seen. And it results in both some great and some funny stuff. Warning, do not look through the Tumblr archives, or the DeviantArt archives, or the AO3 archives. In fact, if there's an archive, don't look it up when it comes to the Sonic community unless you're prepared. If you are prepared, have fun. It's real funny. And if it's your thing, there's an endless amount of content. I love the Sonic community. Wham! All right, that was good. That was good. Nope, that was bad. That was bad. We're so close. I can taste it in my nostril. I don't know if you're supposed to taste stuff there, but that's what's happening, so deal with it. This is, yeah, I'm starting to feel the muscle memory set in. This one took a while. It's interesting how some of these levels are just like one-shots, and then other ones, there's just some mechanic that your brain don't understand, and it's real hard. Come on. Okay. No! 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 Support queer artists and what they do. Yes, do that. Go to your local convention, go to the artist alley, and buy whatever they're selling. Find the person with the best dyed hair and go buy whatever they're selling. Trust me, it's worth it. Yeah. Also, speaking of fun queer communities, I'm just saying, if there's a furry con in your city, go to the furry con just for fun. Everybody will welcome you, and you're going to have a good time. You will be surprised. I trust you. Or trust me. Furry cons are fun. You do have to be careful, because not everything there is for you. Just keep that in mind. Not everything there is for you. But the community is great. And if you have an open mind, everything there is worth investigating. It just might not be for you. Wham! Getting there. What was that? What was that nonsense? That makes absolutely no physical sense. How dare you? How dare you? Send me on such a ridiculous journey. What is this, Snake Way in Dragon Ball Z? Huh? Is that what you think this is? You disgust me. Right, getting there. Ah! So close. Wait! This might work. Come on. Come on. No. No. Get up there. I swear. Damn it! Ah, that's the second time. We're close. Progress. 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 I think we do understand these things now. Though I actually could not describe to myself of 30 minutes ago how they work. It's just kind of a feeling. Just kind of a vibe. It's a vibe. Gotta pass the vibe check to go over the loop-de-loop. Oh no! We bonked. Practice. It's just practice, chat. Practice. Ah! Yes. Get to Work is a vibes game. The vibes for most people aren't good, but I like them. I also just like hearing Atrioc and Sea-Dog spout nonsense. It's a good time. Wham. Yeah, I hope we get to hear more of Sea-Dog's character. We heard squeaks a couple of times. No! Good vibes all around. Cool. We bonked. Stupid bonk. Why bonk? Why bonk? Huh? Tell me that. Riddle me this, Batman. Why bonk? Have you played Arkham Asylum? Arkham Asylum also very good. I like the first one in the Arkham series because it's got like a good closed form story. I feel like the open world dilutes it a little bit. The infamous Yahtzee Croshaw, I believe, is with me on this particular opinion. Baseball bat bonk. Good point. Smash Melee. Need that baseball bat for the bonk. Can't be bonking without a baseball bat. Bam. Okay. We are on track. We're on track to be disappointed a third time. Okay. Okay. Can we get it? Yeah! We did it, everybody! Yes. 45 minutes. Oof. Oof. All right. We'll take a preview on this next one. I don't know if we're going to do it. We'll at least listen to the voicemail, but I don't know if we're going to finish this one.
Richard, it's me again. Jerry,
it's moist.
You know, the guy you used to sit across from when you worked in the cubicles? Yeah, so I noticed a bunch of wigs tucked away in those boxes you got in your office. And I just wanted to say there's nothing to be ashamed of, and I'm here to support you. Going bald happens to a lot of young men, and you're not alone in wanting to hide it. In fact, one of my uncles had early onset balding.
I'm not bald, it's a design choice.
Pretty rough stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of benefits to being bald. I mean, taking care of hair is a lot of work.
Exactly. Plus, I can put whatever I want on here.
Increase in aerodynamics while you blade is always a plus. Yeah, but look, if you ever need to talk to someone,
getting there.
I'm here for you, pal. And like my uncle always said, stay bold, stay beautiful, stay bald.
It occurs to me that what I should do for my live 2D model is I should have a hair toggle that is the equivalent of the bald toggle that everybody else has. So suddenly I just have hair and it's a redemption or something. That would be fun. Damn it. I think, actually, this one doesn't look so bad. I'm sure I'm going to be wrong, but it doesn't look bad. Okay. We're pretty close. That was way more progress, way more quickly than I expected. So I think we will finish this one off. Oh yeah, that was easy. That was easy. Yeah, hair jump scare, exactly. All right. That is all of the second section of the Doinkler portfolio. Think that's where we're going to leave it today. thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you. Should make a, yeah, I do want to make a, like an exclamation here. I have a Twitch bot I'm working on. I've got song requests that are top of the list. So I have to figure out some audio stuff, but I want to do song requests. I want to do a couple of toggle reactions or on-screen displays. That's all in the works. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being a lovely and caring and big, powerful community. And thank you for the community win today. Literally anything else goes defeated. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll reduce the weight of literally anything else by 1 every time we do a stream gamba. And then when it gets hit, we'll reset it back to 6. And we'll keep going. So that's the plan. But yeah, we do have some things in the works. Skyrim modding is a possibility. We're going to see if we could get a collab stream with Cassie so that we can play Peak. Exactly. Despite everything I said earlier, actually, I love gambling and you should all do it. And we're going to do it every single week for the rest of our lives. So every week, gamba. Be ready to gamba. Until then, until you come here next week ready to gamba, I hope you have a lovely week, have an excellent weekend, and have an awesome life. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. He's fading away. He's fading away. Yeah, sure. He's fading away. He's fading away. He's fading away.